Hi Stampin' friends! Tonight we're going to use the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper. It's the one with the tulips. This is actually one that would be really pretty if you use the back side as the sky and the green as the ground. To me it looks like a Monet. It actually kind of looks like one of the water lilies. And then this side would make a great background for a scrapbook page. Imagine, outlining your pictures and like the Poppy Parade or the pumpkin pie or the purple, just kind of pick one. And but you could cut it. It could be used various different ways, cut it into the card front size. But I just kind of wanted to show you how cool this is as a complete 12 by 12. I have a couple of other cards to show you that I did last week that were done with the stamp set matching. Or for class this week. So this one has this one pattern that I've repeated. This is called a bay window fold, and this will be in both my online die cut class this time and in my local class. So you can see here this paper is really cute and is pretty small and works well with card fronts. And then we have this one, which I also did last week, but just a little bit different than this. And it has this really pretty pool party background and then just some really nice tulips. So you can see how that one looks great on a card front. And then I have a couple other ideas of using pieces of the paper for tonight. So let's get started. The first thing I did was I was noticing that this purple one looks like it is not pear pizzazz or old olive. It to me looks like it is the soft succulent. So I used a soft succulent base on this one. Whereas to me the others look like they may like some of the other papers look like that is the case with them. So hold on just a second. I've lost one of my squares. Not sure where it went. Oh, there it is. Okay. So what I was thinking on this is that I would just cut these where they are just a little bit smaller than the card, and then place one in its regular, let's see, I'm trying to get these going. These kind of go in a direction. They kind of veer off one direction or the other. And so I thought it kind of made a nice look to put one of them face down and the others face up. If that makes sense. Then what I would probably do is just put a sentiment at the bottom like that, and then add some of our jewels. Some of these, maybe these kind of jewels, the little iridescent jewels, because our cards don't always have to be over the top with amazing details every single time. Sometimes you just need a card. Another thing that you could do is, I wanted to show this because, like with the way this is right here, you would not necessarily be able to put a ribbon around it because I did not use a layer on here because I'm trying to fit this in the space. But you could just make your own little piece here of cardstock that goes all the way across. And then what that will allow you to do is add your ribbon as you would normally across here and put you a bow or a tie over to the side like that, and then with your sentiment across. This may make more sense when I finish it. You could also use some of the designer series paper on there, but I just wanted to kind of show you what you could do if you did not want to use a main layer, because this really makes a nice simple card, but not so simple that it looks like it took you 1 second, like all you did was stamp on a cardstock or something. So that is one way to do that. And another thing that you might do is even put some of your embellishments along in here, or put them in a circle shape and put your sentiment in the middle. There's lots of ideas for this type of a card. You can also instead not put anything here, and instead of using this, use a square sentiment right there, or square-ish type of sentiment and put it right there. And that is another thing that looks really cute. So there is one idea. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this. What I remember. There we go. Now instead of this one, you could also use a purple done with the fresh freesia as well. So several choices on that one. Then next, I wanted to show you this way. Let me just really quick use my bone folder so that it will lay down a little better. It's still not thrilling me with its flatness. Okay, there we are. Then this one I cut down to 3.5. Oh, I like it too, Connie. It's a lot of fun to use. I've really enjoyed it. Down to 3.5 by 4.25. And so I just did that, and what I want to do when I make something a little bit smaller, I want it to be around the same size of a border edge on each of the 3 edges. Then I have these pieces, which are 4 by, well, let me check. I think it's 1. Yes, 4 inches long by 1 inch wide. And then just to kind of pop them on here, and I'll stick them down and get them nice and even later. But this would be cute with the same sentiment at the bottom, or the smaller thank you so much. Now in this case, you could also use the same kind of thing like I did on the last one. Just put a little bit of that across, which is the soft succulent, and then add your thank you so much. So I'm just kind of trying to show you a different way of doing this. Oh, hi Amanda, it's great to see you. Thank you for hopping by. So there you can see just another possibility. Then on this one, what I would probably end up doing is just tying a bow, probably again in the fresh freesia. So let me do that real quick over here on the side. Pop that little guy on. Give a little bit of extra teasing to the bow, and then the other edge. And then like that. And then I think these would look great on this one as well. These are the iridescent rhinestones. And they are my gift with purchase this month. You get your gift from Stampin' Up, but then $50 purchases this month will get you these rhinestones, which are available in this size. And then, let's see here, they're also in this larger size. So those are what I have for my gift with purchase this month. So there you can see that option. Then I have one more to show you. And what I did on it was I did it in white, and then I also imagined it on an old olive base. Now again, when you do this, you don't necessarily have to do this as simply as I did. It would be very nice to put this on a layer, but I did these as if they were just, okay, now I'm going the wrong direction, sorry. As if they were just on here and not layered at all. So you could always make these smaller and put them on a larger square as well. So now for this one, I started out putting it on the old olive. And then I was going to put these guys here. And then here. Well, obviously not quite like that. Let's see. There we are. So if I do use this particular direction, there we go, or this particular layout of the paper, not necessarily direction, not what I was trying to say, then the old olive looks great. And you could put the thank you so much in our Poppy Parade, and it looks really pretty. Then I was imagining that if I wanted to use the other direction of, greens don't necessarily look that bad together, even though they're not exactly the same, then maybe it would be pretty to put it on white it's more vibrant, but then it also could have a slightly more cohesiveness to the greens when we put them on a piece of white. It kind of makes it where things go together just a little bit better, even though the greens aren't a perfect match. And then if I were going to do this one, I'm pretty sure I would put some white ribbon, probably the old standby that I love so much, this little narrow white, and then put my sentiment on the top and then a tie on the edge. So you can see that this is one that was great for using up your little bits of leftover cardstock, not cardstock, designer series paper after you've cut it for some other projects perhaps. It's a rare time that you don't have at least a 3/4 inch wide strip left. So if you're careful as you're cutting this, this will really save you some time. And this allows the colors that are in this paper to really pop. Now, if you don't care for the mixtures of the greens, there's plenty of other different ways that you can do a card like this. You could put them also just randomly like this and just add your sentiment. Maybe on this one, I would probably use a larger type sentiment and, you know, like this size even. But you can see these are simple cards that you can do when you're in a hurry or when you need some quick ideas with this designer series paper. So that was my goal here, was to show you different ideas that you can use with the designer series paper in case you didn't get the matching stamp set. Now this is one I really think you should get the matching stamps because it is a really pretty set that I have really enjoyed. If you didn't catch it last Friday night, scroll down on my Facebook page and see that particular live, because it had several different tips, and then also it had a lot of different ways to use that stamp set. I really like these tulips. If you all haven't yet, please like and comment on the post. If you don't have a catalog, let me know. If you need to place an order, I'd love to help you with that. And if you just want to chat, that works too. Oh, let me go back over these one more time. So this was one idea. This was the second idea, which I'll stick down later. Had the slightly different colorway here because of the green that is in this particular pattern. And then this one we used, I got this one kind of jostled. We used 2-inch squares, so really bright and bold. But with this pattern, I think it's kind of still soothing because it has such nice colors. So I'll get these put together. They'll be on my blog. And I appreciate you all watching, and bye-bye.